I don't show again, and my name now OJ. And for the news today, I carry plenty matter come and then berekete well. But before we go dive into the news, we'll see the highlight first. Chief Justice of Nigeria picture don't reveal for one kind mago movement. Festus Keyamo say make DSS arrest Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti with immediate alacrity. I go run Abia the way Peter Obi do for Anambra. That's not the highlight. Oyamo could dive into the news. But before we dive into the news, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Oyana mo go. Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, the man where he named Kayode Ariwola, one ogbonge news platform outside Nigeria, don't report say them cite the man on top wheelchair. But this don't worry me, the man been sick. Anyway, before now, no news anywhere say whether the man sick or he get accident or he even lost him leg. The news for the platform be say Ariwola been disguised and him do this one to go visit. You want hear ba? You want know him go visit? But mo go. Where him do this kind James Bond waka to go see Nigeria President-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu inside London. You go remember say news been done circulate say Bola Tinubu travel go outside to go rest from all the election matter and him go use the chance to check him health and also do lesser hajj. The way they be me sha, this news get as e be o. But if you dey think wetin I dey think, make we reason for comment section. Anyway, going on, for one interview wey take place for one popular TV station for Nigeria here, Festus Keyamo talk am ho-ha say since the INEC declare winner of the presidential election, Obi and Datti don dey do different kurukere waka go different places including media houses. They grant interview and make statements wey fit scatter Nigeria democracy. Una know say Oga Keyamo kuku sabi talk well. Make we listen to wetin talk for this video.
Here, sit before the world and tell the world that he does not recognize a president-elect that has been declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and that the president-elect must not be sworn in, and that he does not even recognize, the process that they have, started, in court. He does not trust that process, I mean. And that's the person who wanted to become vice president of this country. How? And then he arrogates to himself the right or the power to interpret the Constitution, interpret, Section 134 of the Constitution to suit his own whims and caprices, and then declares that what the INEC did was totally unconstitutional, and that what will come in on May 29 will be an unconstitutional government. It is the delusion of grandeur. It's complete delusion of grandeur for anybody to say now that there is no president-elect, which it's complete delusion of grandeur. So
that is the specifics of your anger.
Exactly. Just to tell you that amounts to subverting the very process that they have started in the tribunal. They are subverting that process by coming out of that process to then call for insurrection in a subliminal manner, for protest and insurrection to truncate that process. I want to say this clearly, that the process we have established since 1999 is that elections take place. People are sworn into office, but those who have grievances are given the right to continue their grievances, air their grievances in court. And some months into their tenures, if the judgments come in, they are removed from office. So there is nothing so serious that he came to raise here yesterday about swearing in somebody who has been given a certificate of return. Himself, Babat Datti Ahmed himself, was removed from office twice. He stole people's mandates. And I'm not saying anything gross. It is judicial pronouncement that you stole a mandate. He was sworn in as a senator, was he not?
He accused your party of stealing.
But hold on. But he was sworn in.
And I'm asking.
Let me finish. Let me finish this statement. He was sworn in as a senator. But the person who was challenging his victory continued his case in court. Another CPC, under the same Buhari that is abusing now, he rode under his wings, purportedly won a Senate seat in Kaduna, was sworn into office. Nobody said he shouldn't be sworn in at that time. But he was carrying a stolen mandate. And at the end of the day, there was judicial, pronouncement, and Baba that time was removed from office. Why is he opposed to that same procedure that he benefited from? In our own case, it's not an admission that our election was flawed, was totally flawed to the extent that it substantially affected the result of the election. No, I'm not admitting that. I'm not saying that this is a procedure we have since established in 1999. So why?
So you think that the election was flawed?
Oh, what?
You think that the election was flawed?
No. I'm saying that it was not flawed to the extent.
But it was flawed.
No, in some areas there were infractions in areas. In the southeast.
But the allegations are that
in the southeast.
In
the southeast there were flaws.
In the southwest there were some flaws. That the victory of your party is illegitimate because they believe that there were a lot of voter suppression and in fact it's a stolen mandate. Those are the words of the opposition.
Who has the right? Who has the right to make that determination? You were asking him yesterday. Institutions must function. How can someone who is a participant in the process now arrogates on himself the right to be the judge and the jury and the accuser, and you are a participant in the process? In fact, yesterday I heard one of the strangest sentences I've heard as a lawyer. You know that sentence he came here to say, and I'm not surprised because he's not a lawyer, but he runs an institution. He said, this section of the Constitution comes interpreted. You heard that yesterday. That no, you don't need to bother. This section comes interpreted. I have never heard that in my life. What I have heard from my life as a law student is that the right to interpret provisions of the Constitution lies in the judiciary, and that's why you have a tripod.
And I'd like to get your own interpretation. But just before we get further into that's controversial section 134, because on this program, I've had to speak with a former NBA president, Olisa Agbakoba, who 2 or 3 months ago raised this matter and said it's going to be a problem and it's likely to cause a lot of chaos in our election because, according to him, it's not clearly stated whether or not FCT has the Constitution captured it. But let me ask you, what he said, part of what he said, and part of what the opposition has said is that when you tell people to go to court, it then means something, that you steal something from them and you are asking them to go through a process in which you are predetermined or you have your way around that process. So just hang on. That is one of the interpretations of go to court coming from your camp.
Just hang on a minute. If I don't say go to court, what will I say? It's a rhetorical question I'm asking you. If I don't say go to court, what would I say as a winner?
But does it also mean that
will I say come, let's fight?
Does it mean that you predetermine the process?
No, not predetermined. I'm only asking you a rhetorical question that answers your question. If I don't say go to court, what it means, if I don't actually use that word, that sentence, is that avail yourself of the procedure of the machinery for addressing your grievance as provided for by law. That is what it means. I'm only saying it in specific terms, go to court. If I don't say go to court, the next thing I will say is that, come, let's fight. So why are they using such phrases or such sentences in a derogatory manner? It is what is provided for by law. And people have actually retrieved their mandates by going to court. It is only when it does not favor you. And that is what the Labour Party is doing. And that is why I had to petition them to the DSS. There's a build-up to something that they are doing. There's a build-up. The build-up they are doing is to rile the people up, pump them up, and then turn them against the judiciary, that if your judgment does not go in a particular way, and that is why he came here yesterday to say the Constitution comes interpreted. What does that mean? He's telling the judiciary that this thing, I have interpreted it, the people of Nigeria have interpreted it, and if you say anything different, they will come after you. No, I need to make this point. Yeah. I need to make this point. That is where they're going. And so they are setting up a scene for rebellion. And they are setting up a scene to blackmail the judiciary. And that is why if you go online now,
Oga Keyamo still talk and say him get intel, say Obi and Datti don't organize some youths, come camp them for somewhere inside Abuja, make them they cause different kasala for on top social media so that fear go full everywhere. Oga Keyamo still get plenty for this video.
I have alerted the DSS that they have camped some boys in one popular hotel in Abuja, and I will give that information to the DSS, where they have told them every morning to be pumping out, online messages to rile up the citizens, cause fear, and all of that. And so, what they want to do is to say, once the judiciary now goes another way, then the judiciary must have sold out. So
this news go remind me of one song like that, and the song be say, if to say as I be talk, I for the talk like Oga Festus. Anyway, Alex Oti, wey contest the governorship race for the third time for Abia, talk say him get better plan ever since to develop and upgrade the state, and say him third attempt and win sweet am for belle. Alex Oti, wey the current governor don congratulate, also talk how other contestants for the election accept am as winner for the election. Him say he sure am die say nobody go carry any matter go court on top him victory. More watch the video.
Happy with the way people received the declaration and the return of our party and myself as the winners of that election. People trooped out in their thousands, and it was difficult to move in Umuahia. And don't also forget that the Umuahia North, which is Umuahia Urban, was where we had the highest number of votes. What this shows you clearly is that people are consistent with what they want.
But if one look at him, him talk true, because for so many videos we then see plenty people for Abia just they jubilate, they celebrate immediately INEC declare Oti as winner for the election. Well, Oti also go on analyze plenty matter for Abia. Oti talk say him administration go run like Peter Obi do for Anambra.